Aaron, where are you? Where is Aaron right now?
Pictured Rocks Cruises. Here we come.
And for the second boat tour of the day, we're going to do Pictured Rocks this time.
Along the southern shore of Lake Superior, where the wild waters crash against the cliffs of multicolored sandstone, lies a place of wonder and legend, Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. Its story is an adventure written over billions of years, carved by ice, water, and wind, and lived by the people who came to call its rugged beauty home. Lake Superior, the great inland sea. Imagine standing at the edge of Lake Superior, a body of water so massive it holds more water than all of the other Great Lakes combined. Its moods are legendary, from calm, sparkling mornings to roaring storms that can sink the largest ships. This immense inland sea was born from glacial retreat nearly 10,000 years ago, when melting ice sheets carved out the basin and filled it with frigid, clear water. The lake has always been both a life source and a formidable challenge to those who dared to navigate it. A geological masterpiece, the Pictured Rocks themselves are the crown jewels of this lakeshore, a 15-mile stretch of cliffs where nature paints the stone in shades of red, orange, green, and gold. Formed from layers of Cambrian and Ordovician sandstone over 500 million years ago, the cliffs have been sculpted by relentless erosion into arches, caves, and spires. Iconic formations like Miner's Castle, Chapel Rock, and Lover's Leap are the work of water and time, each telling a tale of the lake's power. Below the cliffs, wave action has carved mysterious sea caves, while above, waterfalls like Miner Falls and Spray Falls tumble from forested plateaus into the lake. The shifting light of sunrise and sunset often makes the cliffs glow as if the land itself were alive with color. The first peoples, long before the first European trappers set foot here, the Anishinaabe peoples, primarily the Ojibwe, called this land home. They fished the rich waters, hunted the deep forests, and traveled the lake in birch bark canoes. To them, Lake Superior was a living being, Gitchagemi, and Pictured Rocks were sacred markers along its southern shore. Legends spoke of spirits inhabiting the cliffs, guiding or warning those who ventured too close. Petroglyphs and oral histories from the region preserve their deep connection to this wild, beautiful place. European exploration and settlement. By the 1600s, French explorers and fur traders arrived, drawn by the promise of furs and strategic waterways of the Great Lakes. The cliffs became landmarks for voyagers navigating the often treacherous southern coast of Lake Superior. In the 1800s, as the fur trade waned, immigrants from Scandinavia, Germany, and Ireland settled around the Munising and Grand Marais, logging the forests and quarrying the stone. The lake, however, offered no mercy. Shipwrecks were frequent along the cliffs, and the stories of survival and loss became a part of the local lore. During the 20th century, as industry slowed and tourism grew, the natural beauty of the Pictured Rocks gained recognition. In 1966, the area was designated as America's first national lakeshore, preserving its wild cliffs, beaches, forests, and waterways for future generations. A landscape of adventure and legend. Today, Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is a living adventure story. Visitors paddle along the cliffs in kayaks, hike through dense northern forests, and marvel at the waterfalls plunging into the vast lake. Glass-bottom boats reveal the resting places of historic shipwrecks, reminders of Lake Superior's unforgiving power. But the true magic remains in the balance of land, water, and story. A place where geology, history, and culture merge in a setting both untamed and timeless. If you listen closely on a quiet evening along the shore, with the sun sinking behind the cliffs, you might hear the whispers of voyagers, the echoes of native drums, and the eternal roar of Gitchagemi's waves. For more than 100 years, my people have lived no more than 10 miles from the shore of Lake Superior, and as the crow flies, quite shorter than that. It's an amazing place. I've been fortunate, in particular with Pictured Rocks. I've been able to kayak, and I've been on the boat tours, and I've been able to hike around the surrounding land and through the forests at different times. It's a place that is hard to describe the beauty. I think a lot of people sleep on the Midwest and they don't recognize how beautiful and powerful the storms are on these lakes. These lakes hold immense power. They're incredibly beautiful, and they're something that always must be respected because it can easily cost you your life. If it can sink a 729-foot iron ore carrier that is, was at the peak of its kind in 1975 on November 10th, it can easily topple 1,000-foot ships. So this is it's an incredibly beautiful place, and also there's a lot of history here. It's something that you have to see once in your lifetime. If you get a chance, go to Munising, Michigan, and go out on Pictured Rocks. And if you can, now the reason we didn't this time, but if you can, kayak. I've done that in the past, and you get a better view of it. But at this time, my wife's pregnant, and I'm not having my pregnant wife out in a kayak on Lake Superior, for God's sake. So, I have some vested interest in my wife and my child surviving. So, those waters can be rough. It is safe. They have great guided tours there. But at the same time, there was a risk I wasn't willing to take this time around. It's a beautiful place. To me, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's somewhere that I love, and I always feel like home. If you enjoy this content, please do me a favor. Please like and subscribe. I know it's a pain in the butt for me to ask that every time, but it helps this channel grow. And it's not that I have any illusions that I'm going to be some millionaire creator. That's not the point. The point is more so that I'm taking the time. I go to these locations. I shoot the video. I do the audio. I cut it all together. I find the music that I think ties it together. And I give you my half-ass opinion about some food and things along the way, right? So I would appreciate it if you would reward me for at least putting the effort in, and just like and subscribe and help the channel grow and help me with the algorithm so that I can get more people to see this content, right? I want people to see Pictured Rocks. Look, the Great Lakes and the Midwest specifically, the Great Lakes are very special to me. I grew up around them as a kid. My family's lived in the region for over 100 years. My grandfather retired from the Sioux Locks. My family has a lot of history for a lot of years on these lakes, and it's just some place that I really love, and I want more people to find out about and enjoy. Anyways, hey, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you made it this far, I gotta say, I really appreciate it. You put up with me this long. I'll reward you by ending the video now. So y'all be cool. Thank you.